to red all over like someone took a knife to the screen. That purple dark coin I yellowed down 80%, absolute obscene. Told myself it's just a dip, it'll bounce back any day now. But the chart's looking like a crime scene, proper mess somehow. Tried to average down, chucked in more cash like a fool. Now it's even lower, yeah, feeling like a total. Group chat's dead silent, no more to the moon, bollocks. Just one lad piping up, told you so. Cheers for the kicks. The first crack, yeah, smacks like a brick to the teeth. Thought I was a genius, now I'm underneath. Holding feels daft when everything's bleeding red. But selling now, nah, that'd be admitting I'm dead. Bitcoin's just chilling like it saw this coming miles away. Also the ones getting buried today, you know. Who? Leverage call hit at 4 a.m. Brutal as hell. Wiped half my stack in one swipe. What a bloody sell. Blame the whales, the bots, the whole rig game. But it's me in it, chasing every hot flame. Latex, you alright? Looks grim out there. I type, yeah, fine with fingers shaking in the air. Scroll low, green screenshots of glory days past. Now they just laugh at me. Proper at cash. Used to take the piss out of paper, hands cold and soft. Now I'm eyeing the sell button, feeling lost. What if I never climb back? What if this is the end? Or what if I hold and it dumps again? Hearts proper racing, guts in a twist. First real sip of how much this costs. The first crack, yeah, smacks like a brick to the teeth. Thought I was a genius, now I'm underneath. Holding feels daft when everything's bleeding red. But selling now, nah, that be admitting I'm dead. Bitcoin's just chilling like it saw this coming miles away. Alts are the ones getting buried today, innit? Yeah. Cracks right there in the reflection now. Can't ignore. Whole dreams wobbling on the floor. But honestly, still can't quite hit sell. Can I though? Wallace and Morging. Let's see if I survive. In it, in it, in it, in it, in it. In it, yeah. Why? Candles. Fucking candles. Why can't you tell me what you're gonna do next? Why can't you tell me up or down next? Next. Green or red? Next. Fucking candles. Fucking candles. Why? Is this better? Oh, one more high. Is this better? This is my retirement. Rock up, pulled by breakfast, now it's my new entertainment. Follow the
been caught.
The morning's gray, the clocks are full. The world outside moves slow, so slow. But there's a spark, a golden glow. Good ass coffee's here, you know. Oh, the best part of waking up is good ass coffee in your cup.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, frogs and squirrels, welcome to Late Night Crypto with Road Dogg. I am your hostess with the mostest butter on his faces, Road Dogg. I'm sitting here on the very tiny 1 minute chart looking at Bitcoin, wondering why are we on the 1 minute chart? And I'm like, I guess I was just bored. I was trying to see, we got a little breakout of this trend line here. We did, and then we came back, and then we got back into it, and that kind of sucks. I think we're trying to get above it right now. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. Maybe we'll get a breakout, maybe we'll get a rollover. The moving average is looking like they could be rolling over as we're in accumulation over here. Let's zoom out and see what's happened to Bitcoin over the day. My gosh, all those shorts down here got squeezed. A lot of people shorting after a big drop. I mean, psychologically, I understand it. I get it. I still feel it. I'm like, watching the drop, like, oh man, I might as well short. But it's the worst possible time to short over here, but it's often one that's often given out by some people, not everybody. A lot of people. The seasoned traders know that you don't try to jump in when we've already went down. That's why the fibs can help you out so much, you know. When you know how to backtrack them over here from low to high, and you see that we're in these extension areas right in here, that alone can help you just decide, really? Because this is usually where we start turning around. Are you sure you want to short here? Are you sure? Are you sure, mister? But anyway, we found some support over here. Now, what was so cool and what I posted out to the trading group on a chart, if I can find it over here, is that the 618 Fibonacci, the yellow line right here, and you're always getting a 618 from somewhere. That's this one, if I'm not mistaken, was from this low down here. It's either this one or the very low one, and if it's the very low one, it's even better. Yeah, it was this one right here. The local bottom that we got here, we ran up, came back down, and then ran up again, but still within the same trend line, right? Still within the same main trend line. That's the film point I'm getting at. That from this high up here gave us the 618 pullback. There is a possibility that we do have some good target areas over here, which let me readjust them over here. These two guys right here. The negative 0.272, the negative 0.382 is what I'm looking for right there. If we can keep it up, now that is not the greatest example of a possible AB equals CD pattern, but it is a possible AB equals CD pattern. And that is simply where you take the measure move from that and you put it to the 618, and then it takes you up to target. And it's a 1-to-1 measure move, AB equals CD. Awesome harmonic pattern, kind of similar to Black's to the upside, except for a lot more scientific and, well, I mean, a lot more measurable, trackable. Makes a lot more mathematical sense, I believe. But that's one idea we could be looking at right there. So let's continue. I mean, we've made a series of things over here. Now, for the local leg that we had over here, and that would have been this last bottom, last touch on the trend line right here. If you'd pulled a fib from there, you would have seen us get an 886 bottom area on the Fibonacci. Another hint that for the local 786, my bad, 786. Great little bomb and turnaround point right there. It is the turnaround reversal point for a lot of the harmonic patterns. It and the 886. 886 a little bit more heavy than the 786. I don't think this qualified for anything harmonic to get it there. We didn't have as deep of a pullback, I don't believe. Let me check. I'd be looking for a it's more than likely a 618, maybe a 382, but 618 pullback. And a 382 is what I got. We got a higher high I was actually looking for lower, which I did not get. I was looking for something like this. It could still happen, but I'm not trying to wish that. We're above a trend line. Could be a nice little bear trap. Why don't want to assist? That pattern's got to play out. That pattern never confirmed, but we did get a nice bounce from the 786, and I will take that in a heartbeat. Currently, we've came up to our 382 Fibonacci, and some of you people are probably listening to me. What the hell is this talking about with all this levels, and why is this confusing? And it's not. It's just a simple tool that I've added more to. When you take the tool standard, I mean, it doesn't have this top area on it, doesn't have this bottom area on it. It's something I added. That just helps me combine it with another tool that I don't have to jump between them and everything. But they're extensions. I extend this, but you got a little set of ranges of percentages that are tuned to the golden ratio and to Fibonacci sequence. And just as in nature and in life, where life responds to the Fibonacci, and it seems to be a coded, something's magically coded into our existence, such as so into the markets, I believe. And if you don't want to believe that, well, just take the most simple ideas. All the bots, they're computers, and computers like fibs, and that's what they do. So we're in a fib world. However you want to interpret it, they work, and they work well. 382 Fibonacci rejection over here, and that's healthy price action. So people, Sunday, remember last night, Saturday and Sunday, how bearish it was. How bearish everybody was on the market on the Sunday night. And one of the things that I said here, and I do this constantly through the weekends, through the weekend dumps, is you got to remember, it's just the weekend. All right, and I'm not a know-it-all or anything, but I just know it's caught me up so many times before, and it almost always turns out to be nothing. A few times it may continue out through the next week with a bigger dump. You see it every once in a while. That'll give you PTSD, where you just always want to just, I better short now and get out of it before it dumps. That's the training right there. But the real mindset is on the weekends, you don't trust what the hell price does on the weekend. You don't trust those Friday pumps. You get a Friday pump, you're likely to get a Saturday dump or a Sunday dump. That's what happened to us. And then what did they do today? They reversed it on us when they got everybody all bearish over the weekend. Like, man, I don't know. This is bad. I don't know. And they got Elliott wave counts coming us down, and we got all this other stuff, and we lost all this and this and this. We lost trend lines, it's true, but we gained them right back. We found support, the very strong support area, the 618 that we looked at, and then even that local 786. Man, we're coming into an area of support. Why you want to freak out now? We're at support. Why do we want to freak out at support? Losing areas, I mean, we want to take things into stride, but it never ceases to amaze me how all the the late minute, how we get so many late minute shorters. Is because they're being bullish on the tops, and they're being bearish on, and that's the mindset, the exact mindset that we are trying to flip in our brains. Where when things do get to tops and follow the tops of trend lines, that's exactly when we want to start getting bearish over here, or getting skeptical, or saying, I don't know. But instead, you get the momentum going, right? And the first thing that people are out here teaching you to do is put it to a flag. See if it does a flag, if maybe it'll do a channel. And that's fine. And I'm sure it does have a place. It does have a place, but at resistance, that place doesn't usually goes to the downside most of the time. There are times for flags. There are times not for flags. Each thing there is a time and a season, and that rejection and higher highs, going for the flag that's usually the death trap that catches a lot of people. You get caught up with the flag mentality when you don't zoom out to look at your trend lines overall. And even though I'm on 24 minute, I've zoomed out enough candles that I can connect a trend line. That actually was a pretty decent flag. Actually, it was occurring before the trend line. It was a pennant shape, similar to what we're doing exactly right now. Hint, hint, hint. Okay, so we had a nice little trend line there, and when it breaks the trend line, that's what I'm concerned about right there. We can always flip it over to whatever time frame to figure out if we wanted to see it. Well, when you lost the 21, we'll find the time frame where we lose the 21 so we can make that argument over here. So you lost the 21 moving average right here. That should have told you. Shoulder. I mean, I'm not making fun of. It's just, I mean, but this is the mindset we trade against, and this is actually the mindset we're trying to flip around. We want to be thinking when we start getting these high areas, people. When we can pull our fibs, when we get into the areas over here, 113s, 1272 areas over there. If we're in a trend, those are likely the tops of our trends right there. Unless we're getting ready to do a fantabulous monster move, which that's awesome too. But how many times do we get that? So what are your probabilities of it just being the typical run-of-the-mill standard? Maybe we can get up there and touch it versus exploding like a volcano. And same thing happens on the downside too. All right, so we got rejected over here at this 382 Fibonacci. That's pulling from this high to this low, swing high to swing low. Tell me where price is going to go, which it went up to here and hit its head, and now it doesn't know what the hell's going on. Hit its head a little too hard, did you? Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. I stand corrected here. That is not the 382. Oh, that is not. It's a 0.5er. My baddeth. Well, that makes a difference, ladies and gentlemen. It does. That is half of this. I don't know. It doesn't look like much of an impulse move on this time frame, but maybe on like a bigger 4 hour, it looks like, oh man, that's an impulse move. Okay, so we got rejected at the 0.5. Now, since we are in a downtrend, we do have to put our cautionary hats on and say, 0.5 rejection. We couldn't make it up to that 618 area, huh? We couldn't flip it over the middle line, the 50% line. It's the 50-yard line. You got one team on one side, one team on the other. On this side of the 50-yard line, you have the Bulls. And on this side, that's the south side, you have the Bears. So if we close under the 50-yard line or the 0.5 Fibonacci, we are still bearish. And that means they could run price action all the way back down here to the end zone. Down to 63. I mean, they can, all right? All right, it can. But we can also, get a recovery here. The bulls can recover the price action at areas of support along the way. And that, my friend, is what we're going to look at now. But it's a flag to the upside. It is in a pennant shape right now, a pennant shape here on the smaller time frames. And that is cool. We coming from a bottom area, we do want to look for pennant shapes. I'm not trying to deny that. But you got some things happening over here that are kind of giving us some early clues. It could be a little wishy-washy. Some of those things, like on a 36-minute time frame, is a 9 crossing the 21 moving average. That's why I have a 9 moving average. I don't just rely on a 21 moving average. Wait to price to touch 21 and then up to the upside. Now, my 9 crossing, it tells me, oh, we got a bearish cross there, baby. That's we're below both of them. That's kind of heading down. Now, we got this bigger moving averages right over here, this red and orange one. Those are some huge ones. Those are some 600 and 800 moving averages. Now, what's so cool about this is that they are acting as support right now, and we need to flip them. The bad thing is that this yellow 200 recently, when we were down at the bottom, now pay attention to this. When we were down at the bottom, it bearishly crossed. Now, when you get these bigger moving averages crossing like that, sometimes you get opposite reactions, okay? Not every time, but about two out of 3 times you do. I noticed that a lot with the 100 over 200, and I noticed a lot with some of these bigger ones over here, 200, especially over the 800. And what we did was that when that happened, after that happened, well, we started coming up. Bearish cross. Oh my, it's like a death cross. It really sounds horrible. But when it happens, a lot of times we will see price come up to there. We came up and talked to that one. We can see we came up to the 360 moving average over here where we were rejected. So now I like to use my moving averages because they help me decode momentum. It's kind of like the little lines and rivers in a stream that you see. I don't know, like you see a little leaf floating down the stream or something, but there's a current underneath there, right? And sometimes it's there's an undercurrent under there too, right? That the bigger moving averages are undercurrent. They're the main main move of this stream. So we got a lot. We got the 360 above the 800 and 660. We're leaning a little bit more bullish than bearish, but you know, we still got work to do for everything to flip, especially since these other moving averages, all the ones under the 200 moving average, are sitting below here, except for the very recent ones. They're always going to be closest to the price. And we just flipped those bearish. Shaky AF, ladies and gentlemen, shaky AF. If you're looking at this pattern-wise for Bitcoin, even here on the 36-minute, I am sure that this shape is not unfamiliar to you, depending on how you want to draw it. Now, if you want to go bodies to bodies, you might be looking more something asymmetrical. Triangle. If you're going more for wicks to wicks, you might see something more symmetrical. Now, these crazy little bastards right here, I don't trust them as far as I can throw them. Now, this one is a pennant because you do have a flagpole. And according to Thomas Bukowski, you need to see straight up price action for them flagpoles. You not need to. I see a lot of people calling flags that are not really flags. They don't really have flagpoles. All right. And Thomas Bukowski is very intent on that. You've got to have your flagpole to count as a flag pattern. And this one's a nice one. And it doesn't start down here. That's craziness. Your measure moves on a damn flag pattern. You're lucky to even get a certain percentage out of that anyway. Why would you want to try to extend it all the way down here? I mean, you can go from the very top. You can do this. Is that your flagpole? I would not recommend that, ladies and gentlemen. Not according to the rule. That would take your whole move right here. And if you're going to try to play that little guy right there, of course, you know, you need to wait for a breakout to put it there. But it would be right in this area somewhere. Are we on magnet tool? Why are you doing that? And maybe it'll take us up here to this area, about 74, 200. We got some other targets over here. 800 moving average and also probably a 382 Fibonacci, I believe. 74. So even though we got confidence, doesn't mean that measure move is going to hit. It could. Let's come down to the smaller time. Well, before we do, what's happening here on the moving averages and everything? This is on the 2-hour time frame. A good time frame to watch. I like that we're into the red cloud and that it's got a little sliver of green. That's one of the biggest strategy or indicators I use for the cloud. That gives me hope that, okay, we're trying to work our way through here. Now, the 9 moving average is crossed bullishly over all the lower ones, but they still got work to do. 21 crossed over this bigger 360 on this one. That's good. Not bad. 100 is up here. Above the 200 now. That's kind of good. I see it being shaky. I do think that we will drop back some, or 21 is down here. That we could be rolling over, or we can go to cross and go up a little bit more. I would be leaning a little bit more toward a rollover. And I think that's what we are starting to see on smaller time frames with the bearish crosses that we just mentioned. But everything else is telling us, but we probably won't be that bad. I'm basically looking for baby coming back down to these areas of support, just right around 70,000, 69.9 in that aspect right there. And here on the 1 hour, that'd be the 21 moving average. Now, if we want to look at it trend line wise to see if that gives us any kind of insight to anything, then I would like to take my little trend line, mostly from candle bodies to candle bodies. I feel that gives me the most, it seems to give me the most accurate angles in the majority of the time. And it's hinting that we could fall back down, to these areas, retest these areas, about 69,000. Well, that's quite a bit of difference, ain't it, folks? So which is it? Hell, I don't know. We got rejected off the 200 moving average right there on the 1 hour. What I like to do is take me fibs from the low to the high, and I like to start looking for me 382. We got a 382 pullback. If we are going to do a pennant or any kind of flag pattern over here, holding on to that 382 is essential in my opinion. That little booger right there, we'd probably come back and retest it. $70,100 if we do. But if we do break out from here and try to get a little bullish, we could. I'm cool with it. Pennants are sucky patterns. And let's take a look and see what Bukowski says about the pendant, because learning a little extra never hurt nobody. It only makes people a little bit better at trading things and not just looking at a picture and trying to guess, right? So the price trend on a pendant can be in any direction, so it can come from top or bottom. It looks like a short symmetrical triangle on a lollipop, on a toothpick or something. Price moves between the converging trend lines. They get to a point. Price travels between it. So far, so good. We're meeting all those requirements over here, right? Now the flagpole, which leads to the pennant, should be unusually steep and last several days. Now this is older school traditional TA analysis using mostly daily stock charts and commodity charts. So we got to kind of keep that in mind. But you do want to see a strong over larger candles. That's why we went to the 1 hour instead of the 1 minute. And even then, coming to a 4 hour, it's only showing up on the smaller time frames, right? So you got several big candles. So we're feeling that. And now the volume trend, this is kind of cool if you got to look at your volume, is downward 86% of the time. So let's check our volume out over here. What does our volume look like? It is, do you see over here? Can you see my little green alien? Do you see this volume over here where it's trickling down? How do you do this? Okay, I give up. It right over here. It's trickling down. So is price. And that's cool, making the pennant shape. Pennant. And your breakout for these pennants is upward. Hold it, wait for it, because I know you've heard 68 before. 57% of the time. 57%. So they got a pretty decent chance to break up. But what about that measure move? That's where we get over here, right? Start talking about this guy. And you just take the length of the flagpole, and if you put it to the bottom, is what Thomas Bukowski recommends over here. Add it to the bottom of the pendant, or subtract it downwards breakout from the top of the pendant. So you want to add it to the bottom of it. And I always taught to do it at the breakout, but I after testing all this stuff for the years I've done it, I got to say Thomas Bukowski's method is more accurate, and it gets more into your fibs strategies too. I see the overlay there between the patterns and fib patterns and stuff. There's an overlay there. All right, so that is one type of pennant that we got, and that's the type that we're working with right here. One of the important statistics over here I'd like to draw your attention to is this one right here. I know it's hard to see. This thing is tiny AF. Can I make this bigger? Can we zoom? Oh, well, no wonder. Well, looky there. I can zoom way the hell in. Oh, here I'm taking boomer. Sorry about the white light, but right here it says percentage meeting price target for up or down breakouts. Now we're looking at up on this side of the slash, so 35% meeting price target. Okay, let me explain this very important fact here about measure moves and Bukowski. All right, so we got a measure move, right? We got it from the wick all the way down for the impulse move right down here, right? We got this little line here, right? You can simplify other ways to do this. You might even eyeball it, but just to give you a hint, this was the measure move, which we would take and put over here at the bottom of the thing. It's kind of bringing us over here to, let's go ahead and measure it. We'll compare the differences here. Measure move straight from there. It's a flag to the upside. And so what you see happen in realistic, you'll see these calls played, right? Often. I mean, how many times have you seen a setup like this? And it's very hopeful. It's very bullish. It sounds wonderful. The old setup. But even the guru's getting into them. You think, here's your play. This is what we're doing. We're going to set a tight stop loss and whatever, right? Hellacious trade, man. 10-to-1 risk reward ratio. Hell, that is kind of nice. It's even more than that. But usually what you see when they play out, that comes up and look, here's a 200 moving average. Might get rejected right there. First red candle. Ooh, they're out of the trade. And what you end up with, or even if it does run, at some point, I rarely ever see anybody let their trades play out or their measure moves hit. What happens is it comes up to something else and then we're on to something else, right? Price comes up here, and now all of a sudden we're not looking at the flag anymore. We forgot about this and all these targets, and this setup has just become null and void. We'll just count that out, and we'll just, now we'll just take this and we'll draw whatever the hell it might look at that time. Oh, we got this thing going on. Another flag to the upside, or maybe we'll just zoom out and make a bigger flag or something like that, and just do the whole damn thing again, a whole nother measure move, and a whole new, and that doesn't click with me. That doesn't make sense to me. I mean, it makes sense to me in a very sloppy way. It makes sense to me in a way that there should be a better, more refined way of doing it, and I think there is. All right. So, but let's take, okay, so that's it. So a lot of times you do see these things break out in these sets, but they never hit their measure move because it's a lot to ask for a down flag. They rarely meet the measure move. Rarely do they. All right, so that little percentage that we got over here at Thomas Bukowski, 35%. Okay, show you how to use that over here. All right. Now, one easy way, this is our measure move, right? We can take our fib because it's a percentage measurement tool, right? It's from zero, when you pull from low to high, the A point to B point, right? Your B point is always going to be 0. Sounds weird. You'd think it'd be 100 since we're taking, but it's for retracements, all right? So we measure it is measuring this stick from 0 to 100%, 100% being the bottom, all right? So it's at 35%. So if this is 382, that's 38%, right? So we can guesstimate pretty gosh darn close, and I'm sure there are more tedious ways to get it actually accurate over here with the fib. You could probably look at setting that up if you want to, but this is kind of good enough. That's roughly around 35%. That should give us a good estimation about where our honest price target would be for this pattern. And compare that to the other move that you had up there. It's a little bit lackluster, right? Now tell me if this is not what you end up seeing a lot of times in a lot of these flag calls. Right to the upside, comes up, ends up being some form of double top, rolls over. Yeah, okay. A more realistic measure move with the Bukowski multiplier right here is what we're looking at. And let me mark you over here. Bukowski measure move right there. 11 people are hanging out with me tonight. Hopefully I'm not boring you too much. I seemed like we got into education mode over here, but we'll get into altcoins very shortly. I promise.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you.
I'm blaming on the coffee. It's the coffee's fault. That coffee gets me talking about stuff. But I just think this information needs to be shared a little bit more often to offset some things. So there's a situation. I see a more realistic situation where it's coming up. Probably get rejected. There's a 200 moving average we got to get around. Some wicks. We tried it before. We know we can get above it before. Might go a little higher, but it's for a little bit more double toppy. And, and then maybe we can work on doing some other stuff, right? But that's your first realistic target. Now, what does that target look like as far as your realistic risk to reward? It's still not too bad, but a little bit more realistic, at least with this tighter stop loss here on the 1 hour. It's still a 4-to-1. Not a bad trade. Not bad. Not bad at all. You got to get above that 200 moving average. But if we can do that, then we could get ballsy, and maybe it could wind up and eventually maybe hit up at these other target areas. But usually you'll see other patterns and other things form, or what will be interpreted as totally different patterns form as that happens, right? And we can play patterns like this, but there's trend lines also tell us so much. You forgot to look back to where we were, right? Getting so caught up on the pennant, you forgot where we come from and what it told us that we're going to do that we haven't even got to yet, right? I mean, just looking back where we came from, now we got this pattern has a 72% chance to break to the upside. Just your typical measure move for this bullish megaphone right here. Takes us right up here to this guy. I need to put some notes over here. This is the megaphone. Okay. So that's, you know, the flag that's trying to form, the flag that may or may not be trying to form, because it doesn't have to be a flag. It looks like a pennant right now. I'm sorry, a pennant. It can easily come back down here, test support at any of these areas. How many times you see them do this? The bar something. I mean, what other, you're flagged. I think it's a disadvantage to immediately assume that the very first pattern you need to look for when you get into the chart is a flag. That's how I'm going to say this. I think the very thing that you need to do is look for your major trend lines, because that's going to tell you more than whatever the local price action is ever going to tell you, in my personal opinion. I mean, you got to do that first, in my opinion. You got to zoom out and then zoom in. Time frame and just candle wise, you know, to see what the market structure is looking like. We got a higher low over here, a higher low, and people were shorting the higher low. People were actively calling and proud of shorting that higher. Well, proud when it was going with them. They're kind of freaking out when it wasn't. But that's what we're trying to change. We're trying to change our mindset to sell the bottoms and buy the tops. That's what we do as noobs. And it just shocks me when I see professional gurus out here that start doing that stuff, and I don't even know if they catch it half the time. Here's an idea that I really like. That is this trend line right here. I want to make it, I guess we'll make it, how about orange? Can we make it orange? That orange trend line right here. And I'm just connecting these candle bodies to some other candle bodies right there. And that gives us a nice idea too. What is it? This is another one of the Megaphone. This is a bullish Megaphone pattern. Now, what does this one say once we get a breakout? That one hints to even a little higher high over here. So we're starting to see how we can come back up through here and retest that area that we lost with this positives. I see a triangle pattern, or a descending triangle, more of a descending. Let's see a triangle pattern. But a lot of people are looking for head and shoulders. When they get a higher right shoulder than that, I mean, it can still, of course, obviously play out, but I look at them a little different with the higher. The most ideal head and shoulders I'm looking for have a lower right shoulder than they have over here, and a little bit more level. I mean, if you're trying to be a purist, you don't have to be, but I think you need to be with what you see here in the market, because a lot of times we're really forcing that. I was seeing people expecting, we'll probably do a shoulder head, and, you know, we don't know what the hell it's going to do. It can do lots of things, but what you're looking for, really, the more articulate way I think to express that, what you're looking for is a higher high and a higher low. And I think that's a more articulate than saying, kind of guy head and shoulder vibes, or shoulder head and shoulder. You know, why don't we actually, you know, try to expand on the ideas that we're really trying to teach here, right? I mean, the price structure, the higher highs and higher lows, that is what makes our market structure. Right now, we got a higher high. Right now, we need a higher low than this one over here, and that could be anywhere between where we are and right back down here. Luckily, you do have a trend line that gives us a little hint. This little guy here. And some other ideas that give us some ideas of support, even just trend lines alone. So in my personal opinion, I think we got a good chance to roll over. I'm kind of seeing that on the smaller time frames for Bitcoin over here, but she's not being quick about it. She's not really technically made a lower low than this one over here, so we're still in that squeeze. And what I'm getting from Ichimoku Cloud, even here on the 6 minute, is chop. I got nothing. So I'm seeing consolidation. Definitely got some. We got another trend line over here. What does that look like? We're still in it. Okay. So we're still in a safe zone, I think, for it to just consolidate. I'm just guess what it's going to do. I'm looking at my moving averages. Now they're bearish, but they're trying to cross. These are the bigger ones on the smaller time frames. If this purple one can cross over those guys, that's good. Or we could just, And so far it's trying. I'm just expecting a little bit of a pullback. I could be totally wrong, but that's what I'm looking for. This does make a nice 1, 2, 3, and it can come all the way back down here about 69.2, 69.3 for a nice little 4-way before we go for a 5. Elliot, are you seeing something like, what the hell is this? I see that, Elliot, but what's all this? You start getting in all this weird counting stuff over here. You're so quick to want to call a 5. Why can't that be your 3 instead of your 5? Oh my God, we're doing it. I'm sorry, folks. I didn't mean to go down an Elliot talk for you. Elliot also sees a situation for a correction, ABC correction down here around the areas that we're still trying to talk about. And once the C wave hits, then according to this price structure here, it's go time. It's starting to start the party all over again with the 1 wave and break on through to the other side. So in short, everything I see says we got a good possibility to come down before we go up. Get that higher low in, and that next, since we made a higher high, that next higher low, wherever it may be, juicy. But some of you are out there saying, but what about altcoins? The altcoins suck. However, they're having a pretty good day today, right? They got some traction over here on their 618, just like Bitcoin did. However, they lost their major trend lines, man. That major trend line, it looks like a bearish retest. I'm just saying, maybe, it may not be, but I'd be looking more so until it breaks back in there, that she might just be coming back to double bottom here, or even worse, go lower. You take a measured move from the lines that we lost, and it does suggest, hey, we could be taking our little happy asses down to the bottom of the range on altcoins. Just can't see it yet. And but right now, for the last day, they've had a nice little pullback after they dumped their everything for the last little bit, right? So if you're up, might want to take a little profits. I'm just saying, today is Monday. It's False Move Monday, or Monday night. They pumped us up on a Monday night. Yeah. Tuesday or Wednesday is going to be a humdinger, I think. I don't know. So will they continue to pump us? They could, and make it a bullish week going in, and then we probably get a nasty dump. Or will we kind of start dumping maybe tonight into tomorrow, or tomorrow into Wednesday? I don't know. Let's take a look and see. But altcoins are probably not the play here. We got Bitcoin dominance, which is continuing to go up, and now we got this kind of half-ass wiki resistance line that it is a support resistance. Okay. Maybe it made a higher high, and that sucks. So we're playing games over here with Bitcoin dominance. Now, this is good for Bitcoin price action, but for altcoin price action, every time this one goes up, the closer it gets to 60, the worse our altcoins do. And now we got a trend line over here that what if she breaks out of that guy? That would suck. We need this to go down so our altcoins can go up, and we also need this to continue coming down, and it still is. So it looks like more money is starting to go into Bitcoin instead of altcoins. And by price action, I think that might be true too. Over on altcoins, now that we're finally getting the hell over here, Siren's taking the reins from everybody. Looks like she's finally having a little red. 261 down to 223. Good, you little greedy bitch. You need to come down a little bit. Your britches are your bra's getting too big for your boobies. This is what everything's looking like on the daily over here. And not bad, man. 2%, 3%. Pretty cool. Some of the ones probably to point the fingers at and say congratulations to. Oh my God, FET, are you still in the game? Are you still a thing? Oh, good for you. Shout out to you, FET. FET sounds like feet, which reminds me, if you want a real education for $2,499 a month, you can come check me out in a private room setting over here on the OnlyFans Footsie group. And, I will share with you, I will bear before your eyes Bitcoin charts with my fungusy toenails pointing at your entry and suggested exit positions right there. Yeah, we talk about positions and everything in that group. It's off the chain. But I'm just saying, if you want the real skinny from the turkey with the mostest over here, hey baby, let's make it fun. We We got strip Fibonacci games going on over there in the footsie crew. All right. Well, I just had to do my innocent plug there because we can't support a channel without sponsors, unfortunately. And sometimes I just have to kind of surprise one on you, just the way it is.
Crypto Cowboys, moon or alimony bags. Subscribe to Road Dogg Crypto now. Like or bear eats you. Better call Road Dogg.
And one of these days we'll learn to take the music off with that. I don't know. Sorry, probably won't. We try not to do a lot of these just surprise commercials and stuff.
The morning's gray, the clocks are full. The world outside moves slow, so slow. But there's a spark, a golden glow.
Good ass coffee.
As coffee's here, you know. Oh, the best part of waking up.
Good
is
ass
coffee in your cup. Sip it smooth, feel the rush. Oh, darling, nothing else can hush the blues that brew till the sun pops up.
Good ass coffee. It's the boldest, best coffee you'll ever have. Get your good ass coffee today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the show. Let me come over and say aloha to all the fine people hanging out with the turkey tonight as we watch Bitcoin figure out if she's going to live or die or drop. I think was I in a long? You got me, you little bastard. Somebody forgot to set a stop loss. Somebody got caught up in this little bitch. Dang it. Oh no, somebody did have a stop loss. We just haven't got there yet. All right. Well, this is on my. I'm trading two things. I may separate these accounts. I got one that I'm just kind of degening with, and I'm playing around with some little smaller time strategies and stuff. The one that trades Bitcoin for Bitcoin, grows Bitcoin. The Bitcoin stablecoin one, that's the one that I'm just going to use here on the show. But if I want to go through and show the history and everything of the trades, you get to see all the little tiny up ones, which there's a lot of little red ones over here because I'm trying a lot of, but they're like, we're talking about 3 Satoshi losses and 30 Satoshi losses and things. It's very small, but there's a lot of them, so it looks horrible. And the ones that are the green ones are, well, they're all USD, aren't they? That's the majority of what I've been doing is playing with this little small thing over here. I don't have any. I think my grass trade got stopped out. Apparently, grass went down, hit the stop loss, didn't profit. Cool, the minor profit, but at least it's something, right? All right. So look, if I take a Bitcoin trade, and that's why I'll be looking for a Bitcoin trade, and I'll trade it on the USD pair and track it here for the show. I should probably do my experiment on another little account, though. All right, so we're trying to figure out what Bitcoin's going to do, but in the meantime, we're going to take a look at some altcoins. There's some juicy ones out here that I'm not really familiar with. We look at the top ones that have been busting off. We got Undead's Game. I think I've heard of that. UDS, a gaming coin that's now $1.80. It's probably associated with Binance Smart Chain. But it's this banana for scale. What the hell is that? Where did you come from? What are you? Let's go to the 1-year price action. So she's been down in the dirt, almost nothing, 0.003 cents. Wow, less than half a penny, less than a third, or right around the third or fourth of a penny, and now we're worth more a penny and a half. Yay! Oh, I see a reason why I don't like you. Bananas 31. It has a market cap of $151, almost $152 million as of today after the price going up. It was a lot less than that. Imagine getting in on this one when it's around, I don't know, $80 million market cap versus, what it is now. That'd be cool. Circulating supply is 10 billion, and that's too much for me. I'm like, hell no, I'm done. I just wanted to see what it is and what it's about, but it's what everybody's chasing right now. It's down 73% from its all-time high in July of 2025 when it reached a nickel. It was worth a Jefferson. Do they still make nickels, Sean? I think they do. They still make nickels, and we don't make pennies. Do we still make pennies? I don't think we have pennies anymore, do we? But they're going to make coin dollars. That's all I need is a bunch of heavy Why'd you just make them out of aluminum? It's probably worth more than $1 anyway. I'm just saying. At least be light to carry. Well, this banana Abe. Oh yeah, okay. That's what. See, it is a Binance thing. So Binance still doing what they did a couple of seasons ago there, right? Where these, or last season, or what? Well, I guess 2 seasons ago. We just finished another one, didn't we? A little scammy. This is what happens on Binance. So things will pump and then things will dump. And if you're ballsy, you can get in and play it as long as you know, hey man, this ain't nothing to hold on to. This is something to be in and out of. This is just a money maker, because that's what the big boys are doing over there. Banana, I don't know what the hell it is. You can buy it now. What is the roadmap? What are you? Spill the tea. Ultimate Agent Alliance. Banana Agent Framework. Unleash the new virtuals platform. Who's ready? Okay, so we got all this AI hype. Now I'm going to say this about the AI projects out here when it comes to crypto. With the speed that AI moves and the slowness that these damn crypto project developers develop, this is going to get old. This is a narrative that's going to get old. It doesn't have any real use case. They're the LLMs, all right? Everybody using the same main LLMs, incorporating them to a special agent, and then trying to attach a token to it and assign it something to do. It's all very gimmicky and everything. I just want to just kind of put that out there. I'm just saying. What does this token do? Why do we need this token? Those are always for what reason should anyone buy this token? Well, we like it. These are not stocks. You do not have ownership of this company. We have the token. It is not the same as stocks. If the token does not have an actual use case where make people demand it so that they can use it for a purpose that has a benefit, then it is probably not a good selection, and just know that. Doesn't mean you can't trade it. Ain't even hold it for a minute. But if you want to be by getting successful coins and not ones that just kind of go from $100 down to, oh man, it's only worth 13 cents now. I bought it at $98. And that's how you get in those situations. COAI $19. How much is it now? What chain was that one associated with? Oh my God. It was same one this one's associated with. Crazy. All right, well, let's take a look at this bananas thing. BANANAA. Wait, what? Okay, get off Coinbase. We're off of Coinbase. Bananas, I can't spell bananas. Bananas 31. Binance, of course Binance has got you. Does anybody else really have you? Bybit's got you. They're hooked in, I think, with Binance. Kraken's got you? Okay, it's on a few exchanges, but not that many. We really have 10 million coins. 10 million. Because we want everybody in the world to be able to hold at least 100,000 of them. I'm just thinking. And we think everybody should be at least have 100,000 of our coins. This one is a big hell no for me. This one is in a flag pattern, if you want to call it that. Now, it started out symmetrical, and then we break into the upside. And this one falls, and we just looked at all this. This one falls into your half. Well, this would be more under the. Let's go to your flag. Thomas Bukowski, where do you keep the F's? That's right before the G's. Oh, yeah, right. Okay, flags. So this little guy is the half. I'm sorry, it's the tilt. I might get my names mixed up and call them half staff. This is the tilt, and the pennant. I think the one that we just saw on the pennant also had that version, right? Oh, snap it! Maybe we should go back to the pennant and look at its tilt. The pennant tilt. This would be more appropriate because it started with the pennant, right? All right, so this is our tip. Now, this can get bullish because it's going in the direction it's not supposed to. If it breaks to the upside, right? It's really similar to a rising channel, and they're not supposed to break up. But when they do, it can be fun if you're trying to be bullish. All right, so this pennant tilt, performance suffers when the pennant slopes in the direction of the prevailing trend. So if it slopes upward, we're in an upward trend, the performance will suffer. Is what Mr. Bukowski says. All right, so the same things apply over here that we did with our pennant idea. If you're trying to look at that, again, you're looking for the 35%, right? For your measure movie, which would be very, very short. Oh man, that's not much of a flagpole at all. It's not really, not for that idea. They can get kind of crazy. They can get a very strong moves up. Then we see where we go from there. So what I like to do is just come out and zoom out. Now, if I were looking at this idea, the main trend line we had, and this ends up being a bear trap idea, and then we got a strong move up because that's what I learned to look at when we jump back into main trend lines. The way you want to take our current trend line in, we got this, and we got some support at these wick ideas. So okay, I'll go with that. What about the fun one? Let's go from this one up to this body over here, and let's get our resistance. Oh, look where we're at. We're at resistance, man. This is a bearish formation. Zooming out on the 4 hour, and we're at resistance with a flag to the upside. Chances are you might get some traction, but it might be like the wicks over here. So I'm not looking for a breakout. I'm looking for resistance over here. Let's see what we're looking like over here. Oh, we zoom out, man. See the ribbon flip? See the ribbon flip? So when we look at the 4 hours and we're getting down here on some of these coins that we're looking at now, and we're saying, man, she's trying. It's trying to flip that ribbon, man. It's trying. Look, we're finally getting a little. We're getting a little something. Look, 600 crossover. We're getting some traction. It's trying. We're in the trying stage, and we might see a lot of these situations over here, right? Have areas of resistance, and we finally get above them. If you want to look at it in these perspectives over here, 72% chance these things end up breaking to the upside. That one actually did good. We're in our accumulation phase. We squeeze and we start expanding. But when the ribbons flip on the 4 hour, it's a good indication, and these bottoms we're getting ready to do the fun part of the moves. And here we are on the fun part of the move for this guy, Banana S. You're high from me, baby. But if we want to kind of zoom out and get a feel for what might be going on, the best way, raises it seems. That's a big high over here. You're 8 cents. Why would you be 8 cents? And we are right at that resistance as well. Look at that. So looking for a short, are we? That's what I would be entertaining if I were looking at this. Maybe not right at the moment. She might still have a little bit of gas in the tank. It's still above the 9 moving average. But somewhere in the not too distant future, with the rising price and the fall in volume, with the bearish divergence that's displaying over here on Market Cipher and the bearish divergence that's displaying over here on the RSI, I would say there's probably can I trade this one? Can I? Do we have it? Is it over here? BAN? I don't have it. Oh, it's BAN. Oh, you got Banana 31 futures over on Bluefin here. Really? I would like to put a lemon order in if you don't mind. If you are going to get a little bit more gas in your tank. I want this 16.6 area. I want to put me a little lemon order in. See if it catches me up here at the top. 3x sounds, yeah, let's just start easy right there. I want my stop loss will be above me 272 right here at 17. Let's go with 17, 1.0171. Okay, well I can manage that. I can up you a little bit within my. I'll go kind of easy on you. And as far as my stop loss, I don't really want to put one in just yet. I'll put a 0.01. And that's crazy risk to reward. It may not make it down there, but then again, who knows? It might. I'm working on opening a short idea, and I was going to have to. Stop loss should be higher than the order price. Is it? Oh, I did it backwards. There we go. No, that's my take profit, dude. I had that right. Stop loss. There we go. Okay, we got it. All right, so I'm risking about 60 cents to make $8 according to this. I don't think we'll have to look at this and let's zoom out a little bit. Where did that fall? That's probably too crazy. Where is it? Oh, we don't. Okay, yeah, it doesn't have it. It doesn't let me do it till it opens the position. So if it comes up a little bit more, I do have a short. Do you let me put my? But my stop loss is in place too. So if it goes up crazy, it's like I'm going to the moon. I'm stopped out, controlled. What I can risk over here, but I'm trying to short from here and catch that little short idea. And if it breaks out of this, I know that idea is over. So if we go in the 0.017 area, well, I'm done, right? I'm not going to try that. Even if it stops me out and then rolls over, well, I'll look. Maybe I'll get back in. Maybe I'll just say, hell with it. But I think it can come all the way back down here to about 0.01 on a 3x. That's 31%. That might be something. So I'm not just looking for a little something there. Not trying to get in it. That's for damn sure. I want to take a look at Dash over here, if you guys don't mind, and I'll come over to the chat next. 34.55 right now. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. They're moving averages. They're still working on trying to get set up here. I think we're still kind of in a nice range over the next few days, and you could probably still get this one between $32 and $35, building it up slowly. I don't think that's going to change anytime too soon. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I think I would say you'd have at least maybe another week to do that. I don't think she's quite ready to pop off, but I think she's working on it. I think there's a nice rounding shape going on over here. I think we got a nice little squeeze, and then I think at some point we're going to start doing a little expansion, and then that's when we want to make sure that we're in it before we start getting back up to $40, right? We'll take our Fibonacci and just lay out our game plan here for this one. $45, 200 moving average right there with that 236 fib. Just begging for us to go up and test that one, and just doing that, man. Bro Dash, that's pretty awesome. Let's see, 200 moving average. Got a bearish crosses. Yeah, still got some work to do through here, I do believe. So feeling the FOMO and trying to get in, I mean, you can, but you probably need to offset it with some orders around 32, 31, you know, over the next week, just to kind of balance things out. This is a great area to accumulate on the low, if you know what I mean. And then when you get to 45, that was just the starting part of the party. The real target we're looking for is around 71. Doubling up from there, baby. That's just on spot. That's not even on any kind of leverage play. Of course, I don't know if you can keep a trade open that long to go up there or not. That takes a lot of patience and, you know, management and skill and dedication. Being a trade for so long, I don't know, why am I in this trade? Why don't we just go ahead and take it and leave it? Really? I thought we were going there. Maybe we will, but man, it's taking a long time. I just want to take it. We can change horses in midstream and a lot of stuff, right? We do. I do. I find myself doing that. Try to write some things down, try to be get some consistency in here, but gotta do something. How we doing, everybody? Let me come over and say hello to you guys hanging out with me tonight. 13 of the coolest people ever. We did a poll here. It said, I would rather watch Road Dogg because I'm trying to figure out what time. Yeah, I want this channel to grow and reach as many people as possible in a good time. And let's see what we got. So, wow, I would rather watch Road Dogg at 9 to 11 a.m. in that time slot. These are some of the best time slots for crypto right here. And then 31% say about this time, about 7 to 9. I'm running a little bit late. I would like to do 7 to 9, but what I've found is that I got to get started a lot earlier, and that is right when the kid comes up, when the daughter comes home from school and dinner and whatever else is going on, and I would have a hard time being timely at that point. It was hard for me to again get thumbnails, getting everything set up. It doesn't seem as convenient. My problem with the 10 to midnight one is, it's great for me. I can set up and do all this, but most people are trying to go to bed. Most people are, got jobs. They're going to be swing traders, right? And the market's not out popping necessarily at 10 to midnight. It's a great time to plan for the next day, look for trade setups on altcoins and things like that. And I think I want to keep maybe a short night stream. Just maybe, I don't know if I'd still do it every night. I'm just talking, right? As it is right now, we're still nighttime. Normally about 10 o'clock-ish at night. But I'm throwing in just to see how we do traction-wise here at different time slots. So I'm trying 7, 8 o'clock. But I doubt that one will stick. But I am eyeballing, and it's going to take a big change on me to get my sleep skills, circadian rhythm straightened back out again, to get at the juicy trading. And I want to actually do live trading and stuff, right? So I could do a mostly Bitcoin, just mostly trading idea. Maybe trades other things too, but more trading focus over here. Maybe call it tradecraft. I don't know. Still working on that idea about 9 to 11 in the morning, but I've got to get acclimated to that. So it might be a bumpy road. But it looks like it might get some more track. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I would like to make this one work, but it's just, I wouldn't mind going at 9, but there's some other people that I like on here that also go at 9, and I don't want just make this like a big competition thing. Well, it's not competition, but I don't want it to have to be a competition for time slots. That's a big time slot. There's a lot of competition there, but hey, that's also when all the U.S. Open fun moves happen. It's like when I come up and the market just wants to pump because I'm here. I hear that from some of these gurus in the morning. It's because I'm here that it's pumping. I haven't heard it in a while, but every once in a while you'll hear some of that stuff. It's just... All right, so... Let's come over to the chat. That was the pit stop over here. Let's start at the very bottom. Let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and close the poll out. We'll go ahead and... how long have we been going? Oh, yeah, that's good enough. Close the poll out right there. And that is does the result show up when I click it? Nope. Nope, not at all. Can we open a new Bitcoin trade right now live? I got some liquidity. I don't know that there might be a trade, but it's not a great one, right? I had a trade open. I do have one. Don't I have one? I've got a long open, but it's down 15% because I forgot to set my stop loss when I did it. But I was trying to trade over here. I don't know. I don't see one good enough for me to use the show account. I'm trying to be a little bit more picky on that one. But there is, but we're in a symmetrical triangle. The problem with symmetrical triangles, whether they're on a pennant or not, in my personal opinion, is they can do some crazy stuff, man. They do the rabbit runs. They can end up being more of either a distribution or a range or consolidation kind of idea before they break out. The best way that I see to trade them is once you've identified them, if you got them, symmetrical triangles or even a pennant. This is more pennant, but still, You still get the same price action. It's just go ahead and X them out, just extend your trend lines, and you'll see price respect them somehow. I mean, it comes in underneath one and then comes down underneath that, or might come up. But you'll see that it respects the trend line's going forever. I think that's why I have issues with some of the people I see that they'll just take a random. I mean, they'll take 1 point and make some kind of trend line from nothing. I can't give a good example from this screen, but you also got to zoom out the major trend lines. But this is the pattern we're working with. It's a shaky one. I actually think that we got a good chance to come down a little bit before breaking out. So breaking out of the trend line, there's just not a trade here to take at the moment. It's just chop. Even the cloud's saying chop consolidation. The moving average is coming up and wrapping around each other as price goes sideways over here. Yeah. So what I usually look for is the 200 to come up here on the smaller time frames. And then usually when it does, we get a reaction and it'll finally figure out which direction it wants to go. Usually by the time we get up to the 15 minute, I don't see it happening over here though. So it looks like the 6 minute one might be our clue. So we kind of watch as this guy kind of comes up, and then maybe we'll see the reaction. I'm kind of anticipating it to break down. She's already making a lower low. There might be a short here is what I'm anticipating. Oh man, and I'm in a long. About to get stopped out, I believe. Oh, I did. I got stopped out. Well, I guess No, I did get stopped out. All right, well, I'm done with that. Suckies. Let's take a look at Solana, if you don't mind. Then I'll come back to the chat. I forgot we were in the chat. There's a Solana is $90 right now. Take a look at it on Binance, I guess. Okay, let's get. We don't need you anymore. Don't need a price tag there. I got from bodies to bodies, right? Yeah. And we broke that. There are wicks over here. I mean, you can go to the wicks if you like. I go from bodies to bodies, and then this little idea is here. And when we get back into the trend line, air trap or swing failure patterns. I don't see a swing. Unless we just looking at that level or something, but yeah, you can treat them as a swing failure pattern. Use the cool kid terms. Here on the 4 hours, also the 200 moving average right there. That was awesome. And a Fibonacci right there. That should be a 236 or main 236. So under here is the discount zone. We bounced off of that, retested that area. That looks kind of good for Solana. She's getting rejected over here at the 360 again, and got rejected here at the 360 moving average, finding some resistance over here on the 4 hour. Overall, I kind of like what I'm seeing. I think we're just going sideways and blah blah until we get a little traction. We got a trend line breakout right here. Might come bound retest a little bit. Let's go to the 1 hour. 1 hour has got us losing the 200 moving average. Well, what's up with that? Let's take this horizontal idea here. So we should also be retesting this horizontal here, but we're starting to lose it, right? I mean, we can get our fib out, but I'd just be looking for retesting these ideas. 21 moving average, trend line over here, somewhere around 89, just a few dollars away. There might be a potential long coming in if this is a retest area. We get a bounce around the 382 Fibonacci around 89.55 or even 88.70 is the 0.5 Fibonacci. Any kind of bounce in this area, that would be nice for some more upside. Should be getting around somewhere around 94.95. Ultimate goal is to take out this high though, which is at 97. So we should be trying to get back up to 98, which is our next bigger level anyway. That is our next bigger target. Remember the red line here that we just retested? The next bigger target for that one, for this zone, is of course 98. And then from there we got 108. That is a Solana on the 1 hour. I think it's looking all right. Made a higher high over here. May come back to the chat over here. She getting that road dog pump. Haven says, okay, I'll wait. I just have one Bitcoin long open. I feel like I need another one. Wouldn't rush it though. Thank you, Rhoda. You're awesome, Haven. You're awesome, my man. Road Dog Crypto for the win, says Tony Gold. Road Dog Crypto for the stop out. There's nothing going on. Society X Entertainment says stop loss at 5% in profit at the moment. There you go, my man. It's when we get to the point in our trading where it's not about how much money we're actually getting into the percent. Are we winning this? What's our percent? How are we doing that? Whether we're using leverage or not leverage, or whether it's spot or using some kind of leverage. I swear to God, I think people that do spot do better in the long run. There's just so many pitfalls that you don't get into with spot that you do with leverage that just come out of nowhere. From little quirky things to whatever, how the exchange reacts to you. It could be anything. The way you've messed up an entry, screwed up an entry. You have to take trading perpetual futures differently than you do trading spot. You have a lot more forgiveness with spot. There's a lot to be said about that. What were we talking about? I got sidetracked. Turkey lost his train of thought over here. Haven says, I'm doing around 1,000 seeker swaps a day. It's tedious AF. Nice to see you, crypto people. Hey, it's good to see you, Haven. Mingo Sambo. How's it going, Sambo? You're the coolest ever, Rhoda. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. You know, man, that's kind words to say. That's uplifting. I need a little uplifting. The viewerships have been down. I think it's been down for a lot of people. Some days they come in, but also trying to figure out, well, how can we make this channel grow? Because I've been doing this for 4 years now. It just told me I have a 4th birthday, and I've been live streaming probably about almost 3.5 of that, right? And the channel growth has just been so slow, and I'm trying to figure out, was it the turkey face? Because that's modified. It wasn't always a turkey face, but, or, you know, is it the time frame? Is it the presentation? Is it the analysis that is? And I think the analysis is good. I think I've got a lot of things I can share, a lot of different techniques, and show how they overlap and everything. And I hope people get an education. Maybe people, man, he just talks about the same thing all the time. But I mean, there's a lot of people out here they become millionaires just teaching people the simplest of techniques over here. And they use the simplest of some. I mean, you can. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just a proponent of trying to, just to get some good sources under your belt, some good information, some good documented information, and not just to. This is because I feel like it does it, so we're going to do it. Just traditional technical analysis information. I don't know. I'm over here walking away. Side X says soul in the short for the evening. You're in the short for soul for the evening. Let's see how you're seeing the because of double top kind of situation over here. And you got a lower high over there. And some people are going to be the pattern traders will probably interpret this a lot of different ways over here. Now I would look at it kind of like along these ideas. Oh wow. I don't draw this very often. I very rarely draw a ascending triangle. Now, it's crazy as it is. Now these got a 63% chance to break to the upside. But but you also got to look at it as, this is a very strong resistance area right here that we just can't get through. Got through over here one time, barely, but ever since then we haven't. And once you start getting those lower lows in, then you got to start second guessing things. And that's where trend lines can come in and save you. Now, it can also turn into a sideways channel, and then it can turn into something that goes down like this and expanding. But at each stage of the game, there's some kind of break of a trend line somewhere. Now, this one can keep on coming down. So if you take your measure move for where you're going, because you're not doing a flag, or just doing trying all right. Hinting that we come back down and retest this area that we lost. A support resistance zone over here. A little higher than it, I guess. This little area over here. About 87.70 maybe for Solana. Okay. That's around the 200 moving average. I don't know if we actually get down there or not because these other moving averages are stacked pretty nice. It may have a, see, 88, 87.73. Might have a little difficulty getting in on that. Maybe it won't, but yeah, you can definitely got a short. Here's the 100 moving average. That's the first place I'd be looking at. But the cloud, being that green cloud is saying you can probably go a bit deeper than that cloud. It usually sucks us down pretty good. But I can see us, yeah, coming down another $1 at least. If not a little bit more there. Custard and coleslaw. What? Custard and coleslaw club, do it. It's probably the turkey head. Lol. I didn't used to be a turkey though. I was something kind of, but the turkey it's got a comedic effect, I guess, with the eyes and the big mouth and the way it's all assembled and everything, right? But sometimes I show what I wasn't doing a lot of mask, and then I kind of settled on one, but it was kind of freaky. And it was cool when I had long hair, you know, and kind of looked like some kind of old rock star or old retired rock star image, kind of quirky, weird ass things. What I was going for. It did pretty good, but it's a little freaky, and some people got offended because of the glowing eyeballs, because it looks a little demonic, and I'm not trying to be demonic. But where is that little guy? It's been so long since I've used it that I can't. Oh my God, where did it go, Rhoda? Because I have to. Where am I? Did I take it off? Is it this one? All right. Well, see, and then I have to set up my screen different for the way it looks, so we get rid of all this fogginess behind me, and I can't find the setup now because I haven't used it in so long. But I was this guy, the old zombie guy with longer hair and stuff, and always wearing the old USA headband there. USA. But and then I don't know, was it about 2 years ago? I would turn into a pumpkin at midnight during my show. I turned into a pumpkin. I turned into a pumpkin at night, and then at one point I turned into a turkey instead. And then some of the people really kind of liked it, and then we ended up being just being a turkey. Society X says, I'm out of that Solana short already. I hit the 40% in profit. Hey, that's good. 40% in profit? Dang, you were using my good leverage there, weren't you? Because even if you nail the top over there, it's at 91. That's just dropping $1. You going with that 30, 40x leverage on there, ain't you? On Solana. Well, you ballsy. So do you guys usually start out with the high leverage? I mean, it's easy to do. Or do you start out with low leverage and then increase it after the trade gets taken off? Just some ideas. Various different ways that you can do it for various different effects. PMO says, I'm scared. PMO says, I had a banana for scale on my 1099 DA. PMO says, head to the strip club for some GAC. Society X says, they usually do have good ass coffee. They used to have a lunch buffet at like 11 a.m., but ever since COVID, that stopped. Haven says, I took profit on multiple trades over 300% today. It's all been swapped over Solana. It's all been swapped over to Solana State. Congratulations, Haven. So I got a question for you, Haven. Are you using, it doesn't sound like you use decentralized exchanges very much at all. It sounds like you use pretty much the swaps and maybe Jupiter Perp. Maybe you use the DEXs or something like that. Maybe you do limit orders or something. It sounds like you mostly swap though. I'm just kind of curious. Are you using swaps and you're just taking the swap prices currently when you trade it and stuff? Because that's very, sometimes, well, on some of these wallets, some of the things I do, I have no other choice to do it, or I'm too lazy to go through the extremity of going to Jupiter sometimes. But I'm just curious. But you play a lot of Solana. It just sounds like that would be an easier, convenient way to do it. All right, well, let's come and take a look at some more of these altcoins over here. PMO says, check S&P futures. Crypto has been tracking it up lately. Well, we usually do keep up with S&P futures over here. Well, or at least with, well, I keep up with the index, not the futures. I wouldn't think there would be much of a, there usually is slight differences in them. The S&P, the index, though, we caught it a 236 fib. And, you know, we're still, and we're bouncing. So we might catch, I don't know if we're going to make a lower high, if it's some kind of head and shoulders pattern, or I'm looking for this idea, which would fall within the head and shoulders ring. We come up and make a lower high. And then, well, for this to happen, we need to come down here first and drop. We haven't done it. One of the interpretations I get with the 236 is that, well, this may not be our top. We might have to come up just a little higher before we get our official top in, but this one should be, really. So I'm curious to see what happens, but it looks like we got a little traction with the good news, I guess, perceived good news, Strait of Hormuz, you know, whatever. That'll probably flip-flop and change over the next few days anyway. But we at least got them coming up a little bit more now, so. But I am looking, I mean, if we topped out here, the strong bounce place I would be looking for would be over here, about 6,100. And the measure move for the channel, distribution channel we've been in, takes us a little bit more to 6,000, about $100 cheaper. So hopefully over the next few days, hopefully it will start to rebound a little bit and look a little bit better. But I don't have very much faith that it's going to do that good. We did get lucky with the VIX, though. We should probably talk about that. I posted it over in the group, and I'll try to do that kind of stuff. But the volatility index, when it starts getting in 30 and above, where did it go? VIX. That's one of those boring ass candles. But it was up here, right? And when we get up here, that's when the market starts freaking out. And times when we get really deep into it, the market freaks the F out. And the general rule for VIX, I get this from the stock people, and I take notes and put it in the back of my head. And then when Jim comes on at night, it's like, then I'm like, oh man, yeah, I've heard that before. Jim is very cool with all this stuff. But he comes in talking about the VIX a lot of times when I'm not even looking at it. But when it gets above 30, if you're cash heavy, you can get some good deals on stocks or whatever commodities that you're trading, right? Volatility index. This is when things are just, the market is scared AF. But she's when we go to, you know, the daily and see what it looks like, it usually, it doesn't stay over there too long. It did over here during COVID. That's what COVID looked like over here. And everybody thought the world was seriously going to the end. And that was probably the worst. But we've had some periods throughout the COVID area where we got up there. But the most recent, like in 2024 and then over here in April of 2025, when the tariff stuff started happening, we got really scared. And that one was kind of deep, right? That one, almost like COVID in a way. That one took a big bump. But that was one of the best times. And the people that bought stock that were cash heavy or they sold, you know, they look at the VIX. You look at the VIX and know when to get in and get out. That's what some people use it for, right? And we start getting above 30, it's like, all right, I'm just going to cash out till this starts looking better. And that turns out to be a good chance. It gives them some cash to come in when things are just down on the lows. And we drop back down closer to zero. never go to zero, but you know, going in that direction, that's when the market starts getting better. And here we did jump above it just for what, 1 day, and then today we were flirting with it a little bit. Looks like Ichimoku Cloud looks like it wants to keep going up though. I hope that's not what it's doing. I'm hoping we're coming back down and get rejected. It doesn't usually go on those moves, so you know, it looks like it's going up and then it crashes. Looks like it's going up and crash. That's what we need it to do right now. Hopefully we're not going to take a big strong trend up there. That would suck ass. But if I were looking at this in any other thing, I would be thinking, man, that looks like you're trying to do something. If that happens, you're best to be cash heavy. Now, what's the momentum look like? If I'm looking at this with that looks like duck lips. That looks bullish. Let me get off these high Kanashis and look at regular candles over here. I think we just got lucky today with the announcements that came on, because that Strait of Hormuz thing,
Make it rain.
this whole oil thing and energy thing that we're going through, this chart's kind of hinting to me that it's not over yet. We're just getting relief on it. So if we get a little rebound on stocks this week, I may consider lightening up. Or what's the term we use? Mitigation. I might on my stocks and all that stuff. Maybe my crypto might ease up a little bit. I don't think you here. Is this the 4 hour? Let's look at the 4 hour and see if we can make sense. 9 crossed the 50. It still looks like it can be a little jangly over here, but the momentum is still there on the VIX. Here's something, maybe 9 crossed barely over the 50. Maybe that can push us down a little bit. But we don't need we need to see this one come down. We don't need to see this go up at all. I mean, not unless you're planning for it. Because usually if you're in the market and stuck and it goes up above 30, you're like, oh my God, everything's falling. I don't know what's going on. Oh, I got to write this out. No, this sucks. And here, the 4 hour, looky there. Green dot on the 4 hour. Well, I heard a super chat. Let me come over and see what's going on over here. Let me get us back over to Bitcoin. We're at $70,500 for Bitcoin over here. There was, where are the other ideas that we're looking at? There's a harmonic pattern that I was looking at. Now we still have not hit that area. We did hit a area that I've got to die. If we don't come back down to the D point that I've got here, I've got to study this a little deeper and figure out the reasons why. I've had a couple of these things hit on 786 instead of 886 sometimes. And I'm trying to pinpoint what's making you act a little bit different. Is it because you? But anyway, I'll take that. I will take that bounce. But we could still be coming back down there, because sometimes it does work out that way too. It's like, oh, your harmonic pattern sucks. Until that one day, you're like, oh hell, I guess it did complete. That would be retesting the bottom of the trend line. But I'll take it that we didn't do it. And I'll definitely take it that we got back into this trend line. So I'm not bitching about it at all. I say keep going up. Screw that 886. Screw that 66,500. Screw that our harmonic pattern, Road Dog. I mean, put it over here, but it's not a Gartley, but it's acting like a Gartley. All right, well, let me come over to the chat one more time over here, and let's go to the crowdfunding, fan funding, because I just heard something. Squatch like it's hot, says Gator Squatch. How you doing, Gator Squatch? Good to see you, my man. How's the fashion line thing going for you? Yeah. You're putting out a clothing line there and the websites and all that. How's that working out for you? Is it still up and is it coming along? Progressing pretty well? Because I think, can we do this? Let me try my boomer ways over here. Gator Squatch has also got a channel. I don't know if you have been doing, and he's got some music videos out there. Oh, 3 weeks ago, Taxman video. That's fitting. So go check him out. He's got 76 subscribers up here. But also, is it Gator Squatch? Yeah, gatorsquatch.com, I believe, for my history over here. And there's his website. But getting ready to build out over there, building some businesses there. Shout out to you, Gator Squatch. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take a quick look at this coin called XCN. It's called Onyx Coin, but I think they recently changed their name to Chain. Go figure. Hate that stuff when they do it, but she did spike up a little bit. It's still way damn too cheap. I just want to look at this one on the daily. It's got a lot of work left to do here, but the moving averages, even on the daily, suggest that we can come back into these areas. Closer to 1 penny than not, but gosh, gotta have patience on this one. It's another one that has too many billions of freaking coins over here. At least it's made a higher low. It's done that on this nice double butt cheek setup that we got over here. Nice double rounded bottom butt cheek. Big high. Look at that plumber's crack right here. At 1.1 cents. And think about where we are now. If you're in it, that's 147% just to get back up there. I'm in it. It was really cool being in it, and when all this happened, hasn't been as cool since all this has not continued. So yeah, but it was one of those pleasant surprises where I bought a little bag of this long time when nobody really loved it or talked about it, like back over in this area. I saw something of some interest about it because it looks like a decent project and it's tied to real world assets and things like that. And it could be up being a big player, maybe. Oh, this is against the euro. This was against the dollar, not the euro. Here we go. Oh, clearly, what the hell was these ideas that did not play out? None of those played out. Still the same idea, double bottom. Double bottom play right here. We got one butt cheek. We got the other butt cheek. And we're hoping that we can come up and take this guy out at least. All right, let me just get my label over there. So what is it, 0.015? Accumulate underneath that on the bigger picture of things.
Baller alert. Make it rain.
Gator says his ex-seller Jim is up 80%. Congratulations, my man. Congratulations. I don't know what... Is it Excellular? Is it this one? Well, the 4 hour, you got the if this is it, you got the 50 coming in on the 200. That'd be your bullish cross. Should start seeing a little bit more action like that. More spikes up. There's a lot of spikes over here on that one. Take a look at Ethereum over here on Binance. 2167 right now. We're still under some resistance. We're still in the... Oh, zoom out. Bear trap idea? No, maybe. I gotta zoom way out. What's all this other stuff? Harmonics over there. I don't think I need any of that, do we? No. Let's take a fresh look at this little guy. Ethereum basically just in the big ass range, right? Man, let me voice my let's take a look at Ethereum on this weekly. Now, for the longest time, it looked like this was going to be the biggest ass cup and handle, even though it's not as round, it's a little bit pointy, and that's one of the things you're supposed to be watch out against. That, hey man, maybe this is not going to work out that good. Those are one of the signs that, hey man, maybe this one's not going to work out because it's not as round. But a lot of people were looking at this, me included, especially early on in my YouTube career, but there was a possibility of this being a big ass cup and handle, right? and then it wasn't. Invalidated, like hell. But it did really look like there was going to be this big play, and a lot of us did think that. But really, your cup and handles, your best performing ones, they do come up even, right? They make a lip, and it should be as close to even as possible for your best ones. When your patterns meet the parameters, they have a better chance of playing out. When they deviate from them and you just kind of force them, well, it still looks like one to me, so I'm playing it as well. But is it going to, when they meet the parameters, they have a better chance of playing out. When they don't meet the parameters, and then it doesn't. Look, we came up and double topped right there. That's interesting. Look at that. Look at that idea. Okay, so original trend line that we've had, lost it, got back in it. Bear trap idea. Strong move to the upside. And got our resistance over here at the same. Now we're back in here. So either we're going to have a repeat of something like this, or Ethereum is dead forever. I would say that we could probably have a repeat of this, especially since here on the weekly, we got the 50 moving average crossing the 100. Now that gives us, that's a bullish cross. It wasn't happening the last time. I mean, it did eventually, but after all this stuff would happen. But since everything else has been crossing so bearishly over here, that at least kind of negates all that. We're still below the 200 moving average, but we have found support on the 360 on the weekly. Good. Down in this phase, we reclaimed the 9 moving average quite a bit. Even came back and retested it after it went up to 26, and it came back to 19. So very volatile after it did that. We might be setting up for that idea very shortly here over the next week or so. Might be. So we see that on the weekly. Let's come down to, oh, and let's zoom out, look at the volume. We got falling volume over here. You also had some volume over here. But you definitely want to see that. And then you want to see increased volume, especially when we start breaking above these levels, breaking above the 9 moving average. See a little increase in volume. Hopefully we'll get a bigger bump like that. Let's come down to the daily here on Ethereum. Big fat cloud dying to talk to us. Got to keep our eyes over here. 9 above the 21. Green above the red, above the blue. Nice. I like that. We got a trend line that we're respecting. Let me put it under that candle body there. Higher highs, higher lows. I think we're getting ready. I hope we're... Oh. What's up here? Okay. 600 across 800 bearish, right? 360 cross bearish, and then went bullish. Crossed both of them bullish. Tells me we can at least come over here and try $3,000. 200 moving averages coming in kamikaze style on them. I think we're getting a nice little. But if we come back above the trend line, I would think it might be bullish enough to continue on up. I would hope. But to me, it looks like, ooh, that's nice rounding shape here. Now a lot of people are going to look at this and call this a cup and handle because it's nice rounding shape and you got the little what could be a flag. I would just, but. Cup and handles being continuation patterns. Do you really want it to be a cup and handle? Do you really want to be correct on that? Do you really want to be correct on that if it's a continuation? Because they're not reversal patterns. Now we can do a scallop, but we don't really give a damn about a handle. Okay, we do give a damn about a trend line. Trend lines do matter and higher highs matter. And if it looks like a cup and handle, that's fine. But I just don't think I would call it one because it's just not, it's not a proper bottom pattern. It does look like it. I was trading, my trading group had that misinformation. It wasn't until I got to Thomas Bukowski and to William J. O'Neill, who actually, you know, he's the one that came up with the cup and handle idea. Actually, oh, that's what you're trying to say. Real slow accumulation over time, right? In basically a range, but slow accumulation. And a clear neckline to break out of. You don't have a neckline here. You got a J. Is it a J or a reverse J? That's what you got. You got a fish hook's what you got. You got a fish hook. You got a red cloud just begging you to go up through here. If we can get out of this zone and come up to 618 or maybe higher, you're looking at 28 to 41% gains there. Get up to 2,700. I think Ethereum's looking kind of interesting. Let me come back over to the chat over here. We've been going for an hour and 46 minutes. My gosh. PMO says ETH to 0. Kamikaze. Hey, we got David Gouth in the house. How you doing, my man? Bingo Sambo. So how do you like that healthy silver dip? I mean, that's on my list to look at, and I'm glad you mentioned that because I skipped it. I was going to look at gold and silver. Wow, it did, didn't it? So it's coming back. Oh, let me adjust my trend lines over here. That looks off. Who the hell was I going for an angle? What was I doing? Hopefully this will hold, right? And hopefully gold will hold too. But let's see what the bear situation might look like over here. See if I can get our, is it here? Would that work? Is that the one we're looking for? Harmonic pattern, I'm looking on the bigger scheme for a possible harmonic, and I'm seeing a possible, I think, a Gartley. And that should bring us back around here. About $47, if that's true. Let's see. And since we're curving up, I don't have a good solid bottom here. I'm trying to do as best as I can with this, but this will qualify as a Gartley pattern. And it's bullish. But going from 66 to about 47 to $48. Maybe, or maybe this trend line here holds, and maybe I can go from that wick, and maybe we're just getting some traction at the 618. Now this is the scenario I would rather see, is the AB equals CD idea, and bouncing off the 618 gives us these specific targets over here to shoot for. I want my negative 382. And I want the mathematical square root of this 618 area, which is the 0.272 area, negative in our case. And that will be my bonus target. And just to put this, how this kind of works, where I did my whole fib pull there. If I just want to do it manually, didn't want to bring out the harmonics or anything, if I were just eyeballing it or whatever, I go from high down to where I take my fib measurement. I'm taking it down to the wicks over here, the bottom, for where we started here. We went up, down. Looks like that's our move. Put that at our 618, and it lines up with that target. Measured move. That's one of the secrets for harmonics. They involve measured moves, and I like measured moves because I learned that when I first started pattern trading. I thought, that's awesome. You mean not only does it give you a shape, tells you when to get in on a breakout or test, and there's a target too, and it's half-ass accurate. I love pattern trading, and that's what got me in the measured moves, and then harmonics and Fibonacci's and measured moves. You put measured moves with harmonics with Fibonacci? It's crazy. For real? And find out that it's damn accurate. I like it. So I would hope that maybe we bounce off of here and we don't do this everything. We respect this trend line. If so, we could get something like that out of silver. 116, 130%. But that'd be going to 146 and 147. That would be the higher highs, right? You've also got targets at 97. You got targets at 121. Those are just the basic givens. And then you've also got your your 382s and 608s. You got 84 and 98 if we get a bounce here, right? So that's what I see on the link. I'm going to go just travel now to the daily. So man, yeah, we need to see that trend line hold. Hopefully wicking down here would do good. Hopefully we don't have to come down any further, talk to any more moving averages there. Let's look on the 4 hour 800 moving average, and we reclaimed it. Okay, 300, 600, 800 tells me we can maybe get back into this range, and then maybe if we can do that, then it takes this idea a little bit more off the table, right? So there's some hope of there. We definitely have crossed over. The other moving averages have flipped, and now we're really far from the 100 and 200. It's got some work to do through here, it looks like. Hopefully. I'm hoping that we turn around or turn our little happy asses around. That's what I'm looking for, but I got no guarantees just yet. But if we do, it could be good. If it doesn't, it could be good after we get to 48 and get a reversal there. But that's silver. What about gold? Look at XAUT for gold. XC, is that good? You're at 43. You did come down more? Oh, look at you. Actually, I think on my iTrust account, I never did get out of the gold, so I guess I'm in drawdown on the gold. I got it when we dipped down before, but I think I'm probably underwater now, as low as we went now. But drawing your trend lines, even from bodies to wicks on that extreme trend line, 47 would have been the trend line would have told you 47. You need to think about doing something. The main trend line would have told you right over here when we got below right at 4,900. Hey man, you need to think about doing something with this. This is not looking good. Trend is changing. So if our upward trend changes, that means we must be going on a downward trend. Well, all right, so let me zoom out on gold. And she's gonna be tricky. We don't have the full chart, so there's a lot of price action going over here that I don't. It would probably help me make a better choice, or may show me something I wouldn't be seeing otherwise. Let's take you from the very local. What are you looking like over there? 618 on that one. You pull at 5. Okay, I think we can go from here. But I don't know if I trust it as much. Best to be at the very bottom. $37.95 could be an area of support. Let's see, we got this. Oh, here we go. There's one of our trend lines right there. 360 moving average coming. That's about 4,000. I would look for that first. If we're going to keep on coming down, I'll take this idea. This idea is not solid. It's best to come from a bottom and not do it midway. I mean, it can, but it's a very weak idea. And we don't need a weak idea. We need a good idea. So we're at 200 moving average. It'd be good if we get support there, but it looks like we're losing it. Next moving average I've got is our 360. We are in our system here. And that's about $4,000. Might be still squeezing them down over here. Might be. I still see some good momentum here, though. Where we can come back up. Maybe for a lower high. Now, that's what I'd be looking for. Find some support. Where we do it here now or come down a little bit lower, and then we go back up for our lower high, and then that would be a good place to short or long up into that area. Yeah, I think so far we're getting a little toppy out here on not just this, but also oil. This is WTI. This is oil. Now, I've been talking about oil I've been very skeptical about oil. I've got a lot of people just been very bullish on oil. I'm going long on oil. All right, we're and targets to like crazy prices, even back up to 120 and all this. But and maybe with the Brent oil, you got a little bit more leeway there. But this one's different. I keep mentioning this. This is U.S. oil, WTI, or whatever is trading on. They changed the ticker on Coinbase. That's why I couldn't find it last night. Didn't they? Or did we get it back over here? Oh no, it's here. It's NOLK. This is the one on Coinbase. And we don't even have that much price history over here, do we? But it's a range, and every time that it gets around $100 for whatever reason, we drop. Period. Yeah. Well, that strategic reserve is what I'm blaming it on. And where they're going to keep oil prices down, damn it. And they need to, and we need it to. So I think it's when I see the calls for, and of course it could happen if the world goes to hell and everything. Is that what we're calling for? Like, yay, world go to hell so I can make $50 or $100 or $1,000. Yeah, go ahead. Blow up the world. So as long as I get my $1,000, I'm good. Or whatever it might be. See, it looks more bearish to me. I'm sorry. And I'm stuck in a long over here because I'm in like at 92. I was trying to catch the bottom of the range here, and I did not zoom out enough to really respect the trend line idea. And so I'm in some drawdown. I'm trying to just get back up to normal somewhere. I think we can get back up around 97, and that will put me in profit if we can get back up there. But I see this rolling over. All right, and I think finally a lot of people do too. But you always get the flag to the upside and all these other ideas going on. But I've seen a lot of people with some high targets, and that's not what happened. And it's cool. We're trading some other assets, and we're having to be able to do that. But I mean, it's funny how I am not an oil expert, but I could tell immediately this sucker's tricky to trade. But they closed on the weekends, and then when it opened up on Sunday, it gapped up, and then it started to short. And that's what I expected it to do. And I was in a short there, and I think it took me out when it went up to 103. Did you really do that? Well, no wonder, you little bastard. But at some point I started I started second guessing myself, but ideally I would have been in a short, and the people who did made bank on that one. Imagine if you got in a short over here, because it's like here on Coinbase, it's like 10x off the rip. You buy one contract for whatever the price is, and you got 10x leverage. So, and that's what that cripples you for what all you can do, right? Because it doesn't take very much for you to lose half of whatever you're trading. That's a 16% move. 150% would have been your profit if you did something like that. I think we're trying to come up. We got some. This is the 4 hour, and this thing's rolling over. It's rolling over. And you broke your main trend line. So whatever they're going to do to get oil prices down, I think that they're going to do. And from what I can see here, man, really? I didn't cut through anything, did I? That was a bearish retest. Was I looking at? No, I don't think so. We're going to take a local fib over here just for this impulse move where we went from $63 up there to 120. And see, we almost hit the 618. That's a nice little bounce area right there. You already hit here. There is this idea. This would be aren't you a could be a butterfly pattern, and geez. Here? Oh my gosh. Well, if you want I guess a bearish situation, there's a situation we could come down to 48, a price that we've not been. When's the last time we've been down here? Since COVID? All right, I'm not buying that. Unless there's just a crazy abundance of oil after all this is solved, and we find out, oh man, we got a surplus of oil. That stuff is cheap. It's only $48. Maybe. All right, there is a harmonic idea just based on where we came over here. Doesn't mean that it's going to happen by any means. I doubt that it does, but I'll throw that out there. Let me mark you. And let me put a note over here so I remember. This is a butterfly harmonic target. All right, let me get that idea off of there. That's a little bit. That's even too bearish. Now the 618, that could be good. If you were looking for that, I mean, we can take the AB equals CD play, right? I can't personally see it happening unless the world goes to hell. But that's an argument for 140. I don't personally think that's going to happen. I could be totally wrong. I've been wrong many, many times before. I want to take this trend line. I want to take it to that wick over here, and I do that. It looks like we're back in our pattern, and this is a bear trap idea. Now that starts making this look like it could be happening. Oh my God, Road Dog, figure this stuff out, man. Overall, we have made higher highs, and we did make a higher low. If the trend line is going to hold, maybe I'll get out of this. Oh crap! Am I break even? I think old is recently pumped on these smally ass time frames here. Am I back? Am I back at break even? My average entry is 92.21, and I can't get Coinbase to update. It's a janky. That's the worst platform to trade on, this, especially this janky ass as F. Oh, and this is WTI, and this is not Knowles. Knowles is still, yeah. See, there's a difference. It's the same damn thing, but this is the nano futures, right? And this one is $91.55, whereas the real oil, crude oil, WTI, is over here at $92.82. There's a price discrepancy there you got to deal with. I think Coinbase is janky. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what we got going on over here? Haven says, can I buy a hype at 37.28? Because I did. I don't think it's a bad idea. I tried to play this on perpetuals and stuff, but outside, I want to play it on spot. So I'm nibbling a little bit on spot as she drops back. It went up to 43, and we're looking for it to pull back. Oh, here we go. It could be coming down to about 32, 33 is what I believe we were talking about the other day there. But overall, pretty good. Here on the 4 hour, you think it's looking bullish. That's why I still want to be in it. I think I might be able to get quite a bit over the next bit, over this year. I wonder if we can get up close to $100 at some point on it. So you got, depending on how you want to look at this, this was the original channel you were in. If you were going to do this idea, as long as you got 3 touches, you got a solid idea. 1 touch there, 1 touch here, 1 touch there, breakout. Have we got volume with that? Where's the volume at? Did I erase my volume indicator? Where'd my volume indicator go? Oh, here you are. It's not showing up over here. Okay. But higher highs, higher lows, 1 hump, 2 hump, 3 hump before we dump, hopefully. Kind of like what I'm seeing here on height. So she can pull back, and she wants to come back 31, 32. That's a great place to accumulate if we're lucky enough for it to do that, right? I think we can hit the 200 moving average because we're look like we're trying to lose that 100 right now. And we lose it. That'll take us back down to retest these areas over here. And that's about 33. I'm thinking we might get a breakout soon in the market. It does kind of look like we're trying. When you're looking at Bitcoin, the moving averages are telling us that they're trying. They are really, really trying. And I mean, but you got a lot of confused people out. A lot of people are confused, and you know, they have their bias about what it's going to do. It's the Elliott Wave people that they're fascinating to listen to because a lot of them, you know, they're a little bit more bearish right now. They're looking for some kind of, I don't understand all the ABC flats and all that, and the WXYs and all that stuff. It's starting to make a little bit more sense, but I don't have a firm grasp of it. But a situation that could end up taking us for a lower low here. I've also got another situation over here calling for that, and we haven't done it yet. And it's this harmonic. And I'm finding that this can overlap a lot with Elliott Wave in a weird kind of way. But we haven't done it. Instead, that's what we talked about at the beginning of the show. We decided to bounce off the 786 and make me look stupid, but that's okay. I'm all for it. You got back above this trend line, and that gives me hope that maybe you can just keep on going. But if she does roll over 66.5, I'm still looking for that idea. If she wants to come down to lower areas, then I got 63 and 64 as another idea, but still all within this range. But these harmonic patterns, if we can get a balance, if it was coming here to be bullish, and I'd be looking for trying to come up, retest these highs that we were at. Maybe we'll do it anyway. This was a 618 Fibonacci, that little line we got here, and that's good. And we talked about possibilities of those targets if that holds up. Was it here? Now I've lost all my charts I was working on. I forgot where I had them. You lost your analysis. What chart were we on? Is it because we're on the 4 hour? I don't recognize it anymore. What's this? I like that. We had a wait a minute. There was a box. Yeah, I think it was this one. I just don't realize it because it's all messy and crap on the smaller time frames. Was it you? Is it you? Yeah, I think it is. You're watching. My goodness, I gotta clean up this chart. When they get this gunked up, I just say screw it. I'm done. I'm ready. I'm starting anew. Even though it's got some stuff up here. Anyway, that's all right. If it's a good idea, it'll always come back, is how I look at it. Some people I gotta keep this idea. I gotta put it over here, and I gotta make sure I record it and mark it over here and put in a folder. And I'm like, I just erase it. If it's a good idea, it'll come back. That's just how I look at it. It'll show up again, and we'll end up drawing it again if it's going to stick, right? Oh my gosh, we're on the daily. This looks horrible. I mean, in general. But it was even in on the daily on Bitcoin, man. We're above the 50. We got that. 9 and 21 across it, but we're trying, man. We're trying, but there ain't nothing solid here other than our bigger ideas, right? And for me, that is taking the Fibonacci from the low to the high. And we're still haven't come down here, and we still might do it. And I still maintain that $57,000 area right here. We could be still doing it. And I'm connecting the trend line from this here to here. And we pull that up, and that's what we respected right there. Now, I like that. So the thought was that if we get bearish, and if we are going to maintain this trend line idea, say if this does hold, this is our overall cycle trend, right? And we've been respecting a 200 moving average. But if we did get bearish in some situation, if we're being this close and we could wick down here and touch that and come back in, we could be just fine. So even us coming down here, I'm all through this area, I'm seeing potential reversal, right? And when you come back to the previous highs and all this, and we drag that stuff across, and that nailed the area that we're in right now, right? Very strong support through here. And it was because it was very, very strong resistance through here all this time. 1, 2, 3 times we finally got past it, right? It should hold as support. If it doesn't, we break below it, we're going to have a hell of a time getting past it next time. If the bears get their wish and we come down to 40,000, 38,000 or something like that, we'll have a hellacious time trying to break past through here if we lose this. But if we don't lose it, it's going to be hard to drop it, right? And we should bounce back up and do good. And technically, we should be, after making a higher low over here from this one, you need to take this guy out. Sounds ballsy, right? Let me just go ahead and populate this guy here at the evening with our general takes over here and typical bigger time targets, our bigger scale targets. And so 75.3 and then maybe 84. That's what our weekly time frame, zooming out and doing the basics of TA here where it's nice and clean and accurate, rather than getting all the nitty gritty and dice it up and whatever on the smaller time frames. But we got to get above the 9-moving average, and it's trying. So I'm not as bearish as some people are, and I'm not heavily bullish either. But I think we are in a good area to slowly accumulate some Bitcoin, especially the closer we can get to 60,000 than 70,000, the better. And look, we're at 70,000 now. It's on a nice discount. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got for tonight. Thanks for hanging out. I'll catch up with the chat over in the end screen. But I got my 2 hours and 11 minutes in, and that's all I got. Thank you for hanging out. Jesus loves you. See you on the end screen.
I was down, but it's not over.
2 hour red dot on Market Viper.
I was staring at red, watching my stack bleed.
We're still where we were. Look at the flag to the upside, Helen.
Friend said just say goodbye. They told me to sell, pack it up, walk away clean, but something in my chest said hold on to the dream. I lost sleep for weeks, doubt crawling through my veins. Still I kept freeloading every time the candle changed. The fear was loud,
FCL, good to see you, my man.
real, but deep inside I could still feel it's not over. I'm still here, still fighting through the
Could happen. They got the tokenomics. It could happen.
every dip just taught me how to hold. It's not over. From the bottom I can see the break of day. It's not over. I'm not walking away. I bought the fear when everyone else ran scared. Average down harder while the weekends disappeared. They called me delusional, said I'd never see green, but I felt the shift coming in the silence between screens. Now the charts are turning, the volume starts to roar, and I'm still standing where they all walked out the door. The fear was loud, the pain was real, but deep inside I could still feel it's not over. I'm still here, still fighting through the smoke. It's not over. Every dip just taught me how to hold. It's not over. From the bottom I can see the break of day. It's not
Strega.
over. I'm not walking away.
Really? Hell, I didn't even know they had it.
Yeah, the brass can scream, the doubt can shout, but I was built for when
I like
the tide
crypto.com.
comes out. This fire in my chest won't let me quit. I was born for this.
Or Chronos Chain.
Made for it. It's not over.
See, let me see if I can.
Still fighting through the smoke. It's not over. Every dip just taught me how to hold. It's not over. From the bottom I can see the break of day. It's not over. I'm not walking away. It's not over. Oh, the misery. Everybody wants to be my enemy. I wake up at 3 a.m., phone burning in my hand, telling myself just one more look, but I already understand. Greed whispers by more, fear screams run away. Logic Logic sits in the corner, shaking his head in dismay. I know the pattern, I've lived it 1,000 times, but every time the candle moves, I lose my mind.
What was once more symmetrical and pennant shaped is now turned into an descender.
Oh, the misery.
Happens a lot.
Everybody wants to be my enemy, but the enemy is me. The enemy is me. I'm the one who pulls the trigger. I'm the one who loads the gun. Oh, the misery. The enemy is me. The enemy is me. I double down when I should walk. I still in panic when I should hold the stock. I chase the high like a junkie on the run, then hate myself when the damage is done. I swear I'm smarter. I swear I've learned the game, but the mirror shows a fool who looks the same. I fight the market, I fight the charts, but the real war is beating in my heart. Oh, the misery. Everybody wants to be
Ribbon flip on the 1 minute. Oh my gosh, it's over.
me is me.
Okay, so we got a ribbon flip consolidation over here. Likely to pull down, likely to, but there's still some support under here.
One who pulls the trigger. I'm the
I'm looking for it to come down, but I could be totally wrong.
enemy is me.
I'm looking for more of these areas down here, about 69.1, 69.2.
Could blame the whales. I could blame
As a retest of the breakout. But other than that, it's starting to look kind of good.
I could blame the world.
There, wait a minute, what we got over
The
here?
truth is in the mirror staring back at me. It's always been me. Oh, the
Bigger time frames look more promising, I think, than the smaller ones.
everybody wants to be my enemy, but the enemy is me. The enemy is me. I'm the one who pulls the trigger. I'm the one who loads the gun. Oh, the misery. The enemy is me. The enemy is me. The enemy is me. The enemy is me. I'm waking up to something new. I'm waking up to. I'm waking up to.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for hanging out. Jesus loves you. I'll see you tomorrow.
Good night, John Boy.
Happy trading. You got this. You can do it. Learn the skill.